Hello everybody, this is Janice, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this pretty heat embossed card. Jesus is the reason for the season is the sentiment on the inside. Pretty simple card. We have in a standard A2 size card that I already have adhesive on because I made a mistake the first time I tried to film this. So, but anyway, this is in a 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I've corner rounded all of the pieces with my 1/4 inch side of my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. Okay, so that's already been done, and then I have this paper here. It's from this My Mind's Eye 12 Days of Christmas set. Love it. And the black piece here is 4 by 5 1/4, and then the pattern paper I cut 1/8 inch smaller, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then just, you know, stuck them together. And we're going to add a ribbon detail. You see this little ribbon embellishment here. I learned that from from Stamp TV, from Gina. If you've never been to her channel, you need to check it out. She is very good to learn from. So I learned a lot of techniques from her. And I love her clean designs. So I think you would like her. She teaches a lot of techniques too, which is what I really appreciate. Okay, so to this, we have a few things to add. Basically, this little button here started as white, like this, and I really wanted it to match that paper. Isn't that great how it matches so closely? So what I used for this is, let me show you. I used this pool color from the Adirondack acrylic paint dabbers, and let me get another little sheet here so I'll use that for the distressing. What I did was I painted the button with the pool, and sometimes what you have to do is let the first layer dry and then add another layer, and just let it dry for a while on this button. This paint dries permanent on non-porous surfaces. I mean, you can use it on everything, paper, but this is awesome. Now, okay, so you can see it's not exactly that color, because what I did was, once it was completely dry, I just took my old paper, Distress ink, and just added that to it, just to kind of tone it down a little bit to make it match that better. And I didn't do that with this one, and you can see that it's a brighter color, but it's already on there, and I like the way the card looks, so it's going to stay that way. But that's got to dry, so I'm going to move this little craft sheet here and let it dry over here. And then we're going to move on. Okay, so then what you do is you make a loop, whatever size you want it to be. And I saw Gina do this, and she just used a stapler. I mean, you could use a glue dot or even, you know, some adhesive to put this together, to, you know, to secure the ends of the loop here. But I have this tiny attacher, and, you know, to be honest with you, I don't use it all that much. I'm not going to say I never use it, because that's not true. I just thought I would use it more, and I need to, because there's so much you can attach with a tiny staple. Okay, so there we go. So that's going to get attached there. And then I have some cream colored embroidery, or not, is it embroidery? Yes, embroidery thread. I'm going to cut a big length of it so I can tie a bow easily. And then what you do is you take the little button and you thread one side of it. Like so. I have to lick the end. And here we go. Okay, and so then we're going to go ahead and tie it pretty tightly. And then the whole thing kind of fluffs up when you tie it tightly. And tie your little bow, and that's it. So that's another great way to use up your twine if you have a ton of it. Okay, so there's that little detail. I loved learning that from her. Okay, now let's go ahead and attach this to the card. There's already adhesive on the back of this, so that's kind of good. Okay. And then our focal piece. Now, this and the black part of it came from Lacy Labels, button number 14. I love that cartridge. It was a cartridge, a Cricut Lite one that I got from Walmart a couple of years ago. And so it's button number 14, and I cut the white at 3.5, and on the black, I just made it a little bit bigger, 3.74, to make a shadow. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stamp with this Hero Arts stamp. Got it at Michael's. This is what it looks like. I love it. And we're going to use Versamark. And it's blue because the first time I used it, I stained it with one of my ink pads, but it doesn't really matter. It's completely clean. It's just that the resin, what do you call it? The acrylic that it's made of is stained. That's it. It doesn't really affect the, the way the stamp works. Okay. And we're also, you know what, I'm not going to do the other part yet. I'm going to do that later. And then we need something to catch our embossing powder. I cannot set this down on here. Don't let me set it down because it's got adhesive on the back. And this is called Christmas Fire, and it's from Sparkle and Sprinkle. Joann's has a similar color. In fact, I almost bought it the other day because I couldn't remember if I had bought this one. I forgot to do the embossing buddy. Completely forgot. Darn. Yeah, see how all that embossing powder is sticking everywhere where I don't want it? That's why we use the embossing buddy. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this back in there. And And I'm trying not to take a bunch of time here, but I'm going to show you what you do in case you don't have that embossing buddy thing or the EK6S tool for the powder. You can take a brush, and a big brush for the bigger things, smaller detail brush for all those other areas. But you want to be careful not to brush off your embossing powder, obviously. And that's all I'm going to do, just because I don't want to take a bunch of time. Okay, but next time I'll remember. Oh, that's not what I need. I need my heat tool. Do another detail here. This is Versamark again, and this is it's like a little background stamp I got from a friend who got it from a friend, and she kept some of the stamps and then she shared the rest of them with me. Let's do this one in the middle. And again, I didn't do the embossing tool. That's what happens when I try to hurry. I'm hurrying because I gotta go do something for school. I am, if you don't know this, I'm the principal of a very small little school in a community called Bithlow, which is a community that is undergoing transformation thanks to the efforts of an organization called United Global Outreach, who I work for as the principal of this school. And so yeah. So anyway, I have to go do my newsletter for them because it is Friday, and on Friday we send home. Your kids probably do this. Your school probably does the same thing. You get the Friday folder. So I like to. So I like to send home a newsletter on Fridays just to keep the parents informed about things coming up. So I gotta go do that because I haven't done it yet. And it is Christmas time, and I know that people like to give and help out organizations at Christmas time, and I don't want you to miss out the chance to make a difference in the lives of these families, our families in Bithlow, through United Global Outreach. And so stay tuned. I'm going to give you information in the next video on how you can get involved. A very simple way that you can get involved. Very easy. You could do it today, and it would still be a tax-deductible donation for this year. So maybe you have an organization or a company, or it's just you and you want to give something. I'm going to tell you how you can do that in the next video. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Alright, so this was old paper. And then to the back of this, all I'm going to do now to complete this card is I'm going to cut. This is how I make my own dimensionals. This is just black fun foam. It's already self-adhesive when you buy it in the craft store, but then I cut it at 1 1/4 inch strip, and then I run it through my Create sticker. And then you have your own dimensionals that you can cut to whatever, whatever you need, however tiny you need them to be, you can do that. So I love that. I love that tip. Okay, and that's it. Our card is done. So I really like this card. The only thing I have left to do is stamp the inside with the sentiment, Jesus is the reason for the season. Okay, and that's going to be inside here. I'll do it with Memento. And I'm going to smudge it with the black upside down. Let's see here. Make sure it's straight. And there it is. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, and you can find out how you can help United Global Outreach in the positive transformation of Bithlo. Thanks for watching. Bye.